All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am Is There No One Else? And the video I'm bringing you today, we have a couple more pre-mid-year Mayhem Stamina Nightblade Outnumbered PvP fights. Had a lot of fun playing Stamina Nightblade in the last few days. Gonna try and push for my 5th star, and then I don't know. We'll see what we play next. But yeah, just as a brief update, I have a I'll be posting a Nightblade guide probably within the next week on my Stamina Nightblade. There's so many options you can choose. I've ran a lot of builds, and they all have their pros and cons. Like, I've ran squishier builds with high damage that kind of allows you to nuke basically everybody. I've ran a little bit more balanced builds that, you know, have some survivability and still pack enough of a punch to kill most people. They're all fun. You know, they're all fun. I've run mythic item builds. I've run no mythic item builds, and it's tough because, you know, I've said it on stream a few times, but last patch it was easy. You know, last patch it was easy to figure out what worked well. You know, it's like, you know, I would try to run a non-monster set that wasn't Bloodspawn, but Bloodspawn was just giving me so much. You know, just like everybody else. Like, Bloodspawn just gave you so much more than other monster sets. So it was like, okay, well, I'm definitely running Bloodspawn, which means it's going to be so tanky, I'm going to run 2 damage sets. What are the best damage sets? Okay, well, some combination of Clever Alchemist, New Moon, Titanborn, Fury, that was all stamina builds basically across the board last patch. And healing was so good, you know, that you could get away with it. Now it's like, you know, I've run Clever in New Moon, I've run Clever in Stun, I've run Titanborn, I've run Yondir, I've run mythic items, I've run no mythic items. As far as monster sets, I've done Balorg, I've done no monster sets, I've done Engine Guardian is nice. You know, like, I threw on Bloodspawn. Bloodspawn's still okay. You know, I think there's better options, but Bloodspawn's still okay. It's just, there's nothing that's like clearly this is really good, you know, like this is amazing and you have to run this. Like, that's at least what I felt like so far. So yeah, I'll post the guide and I'll talk about, you know, what I've liked and what I haven't liked and in what situations, and, you know, depending on the type of fights you guys are engaging in. You know, if you're fighting in the sewers and you're fighting 3 or 4 people, maybe what you want to run is a little bit different than, you know, what somebody running topside maybe trying to fight and get a 1v10 or 1v12 is. You know, it may be different, or maybe, you know, you're skilled enough and, you know, you activate your shadow image well enough and you're really good with your combos. It doesn't matter how many people, because, you know, your kite game's on point and you have enough magicka regen to pull that off. So yeah, this first fight, anyways, sorry about the long intro, but yeah, this first fight was just a quick one. We were outside of BRK, get a few quick kills here. Me and Woozle tried to fight this group you saw when we pushed up to the rocks, and every time we bursted they just had a ton of healing. And so instead of staying on top of the pile and attempting to burst them down, Woozle has really nice burst, but I'm not running an AoE ultimate. I have in-cap, so I can only focus one person at a time. We're not going to be able to dish out enough AoE damage to deal with, you know, the proc heals, Engine Guardian, all the different healing conditions that were going off. So we decided to split them up. So Woozle went down off the rock, I stayed up top. They split up perfectly. 2 or 3 people went after Woozle. The 5 or 6 stayed up here, and Blap and I killed them. All we had left was the tank. Blap and Woozle are split it up. I asked Woozle how many people he had on him. These yellows weren't fighting, they were just kind of watching what was going on. So Woozle is just fighting the 1, Blap's fighting the 2 here on the resource. So we see the Stamden, he pops his sub-assault, he goes for his D-swing, so I hit him with a surprise attack from stealth to stun him. I hit him with the in-cap, he takes a ton of damage. Basically, you know, wanted to make sure I interrupted that burst combination, didn't want Blap taking all that heat. This guy takes a ton of damage, I go for the execute. Just as I do, I get CC'd by the ads. They end up interrupting me. I block this guy's leap. Should have had the kill there, but, you know, it is what it is. Ads are a huge pain in the ass. Blap and Woozle end up killing the Warden. We're just going to get the quick kill right here. A couple light attacks and a blast bones or a crushing shock, and that guy's dead. This is the big fight. We had been fighting in the sewers for hours at this point, for a couple of hours, and there was action everywhere. And it's so nice when the sewers are like this. You know, I'll get into the commentary in a minute, but I just want to say my piece. Sewers are my favorite place to fight. You know, when there's action and when there's non-stop action going on, it's one of the most enjoyable places, because if you die, you just spawn right there. You just come right back. You don't have to ride from the previous keep. You don't have to hope your teammates get a camp up. You know, all that in open world is nice. It is fun, but it's just more action packed, and you just reset the fight really quickly in Imperial City. And the problem in the last year that I've found, at least on Xbox, I don't know if you guys have the same issue on PS4 or a PC or anything like that. There could be a 24-man group in the sewers, red, yellow, blue, whatever. It doesn't matter. There's always one of something running around in the sewers, getting Telvar, doing whatever. But there'll be them, and then there'll be nobody. And so me and my buddies will come down here and we'll be like, all right, cool, let's get a fight. You know, there's 24 reds in the sewers. Let's go get that fight. So we'll go down there with like 4 people, and we'll fight them. You know, and maybe we'll lose 3 or 4 times, but we're coming back to fight. The minute we kill that group, they disappear and they stop coming back. And the minute blues start seeing that all the flags are getting taken, they start showing up. So it goes from, you know, the 4v24 to all of a sudden, you know, there's a 24-man blue group dominating the sewers, and, you know, there's no reds, and, you know, it's just another Zerg. You know, it's just a different faction Zerg. And then the 24-man blue group rolls around until some group from red or yellow comes and wipes them. And it's never... For the last year, it's been very rare to find fights that last more than like an hour or two, and that's not the case. That hasn't been the case, you know, since they came out the mythic leads. One of the mythic leads for Malakath drops on the Imperial City bosses, and so not only do you have access to Telvar stones, you also have access to trying to get this mythic lead, which, you know, everybody wants Malakath, so they're going to be in Imperial City, and I think this is. I just want to say, like, before we get into the rest of this fight, which, you know, it's quite a long one, I hope ZeniMax, you know, sees what happens in Imperial City here, and, you know, they don't have to do a ton. You really don't have to do a ton to Imperial City. Just provide options. You know, give that little bit extra incentive to get people down here. You know, all it took for all this was a Malakath lead, you know, like just a Malakath lead, and all of a sudden all these people are here. And all these people are fighting, and they keep coming back because they want to control the districts, get Telvar stones, and collect their leads. And yeah, every patch you could just drop something like that. You know, if you come out with more mythic leads, have more drops come from Imperial City. You know, maybe have them drop in Imperial City sewers. Have them drop off of the bosses down, you know, down low, or for Molag Bal, or off a portal. I don't know. You know, like there's different options there. I think it's definitely a good option. So yeah. As you guys can see, we have a very big action-packed fight. We already have 8 kills or something like that. This is a red district. This guy went into vampire form. We killed the other guy, and this guy's taking a ton of damage. He's not really dealing a ton of damage in his vampire form. He's not healing for a lot, so we managed to kill him while he's in vampire form. The boss does the boss things. He ends up killing that guy over there. So we're just going to back up. We're going to see if we can get this resource flipped. We're going to see if we can, you know, get our continuous attack, get our Telvar here, maybe our mythic leads if we so choose. But yeah, there was reds and yellow groups everywhere. We're trying to fight. Yeah, like every district just seemingly had a bunch of people. So we decided to come into arena, or into temple here. Temple's one of my favorite places to fight. It's just so much fun. But yeah, I'm just slowly light attack, surprise attacking on the boss, hitting spectral bows, building up my ultimate, saving for, you know, a big dump on people. And you see we have a bunch of reds coming. So I'm going to drop my shadow image at the top of the stairs there. I'm going to back up. I'm going to come down the stairs, see if we can find somebody to ulti dump real quick. Hit that guy with a surprise attack. You see a few more people pushing in, so I decided to back up to the stairs. Want to make sure we have our access to our line of sight. You see you got that little wall there on the stairs. I see a sniper. Smithy was in chat with somebody else. He was talking to one of his other buddies. I see Blap over here getting focused. I dropped a DB that missed, but my spectral bow doesn't miss. Light attack, surprise attack, couple executes. He's dead. We get this guy with acid spray. Light attack, surprise attack once again. Another quick kill. But yeah, I didn't know Smithy was getting focused that hard. He ends up dying right here. Yeah, just miscommunication. Communication is the most important part for Outnumbered PvP. You know, if Smithy knew that I was going over to help Blap out there, because I was on comms with Blap, you know, he probably wouldn't have stayed and fought that group. He probably assumed I was right there behind him. You know, maybe he assumed that Blap was with us, and, you know, those mistakes happen sometimes. And so we get a death there, so I'm just going to back up top. You see I was getting focused by a bunch of people, so I'm going to back up just to see how many there are. Because it's one, we're going to hit a light attack, surprise attack from the side. Another couple, he's a Templar. We're going to hit him with a spectral bow as he falls down. We get the quick kill there. We have another one coming in. I go to cloak, heavy attack, DB with a blast bones, go for the execute. We get a quick kill there, and now we have 5 or 6 people at the door. I didn't know that there was 5 or 6 people there. If I did, I would have saved my Dawnbreaker for this pile that was coming in. So now we're just going to back up. My teammates are grouped up top. Blap does a leap just to kind of pull them off me. Really nice on his end. So we're just going to regroup up here up top. You see we got the Grotdar coming in. I'm gonna back up once again. We're gonna cloak, see if we can find somebody we can focus. This guy's taking a ton of damage. Go for a couple of executes. I just get leapt on just as I was about ready to finish off that kill. We're gonna DB this pile right here, see if we can get a few kills around this corner. Blap's got him in talons. They dodge roll off the side. We don't get a kill there. This guy leaps, knocks me off the side. I could focus these guys on the right, but I want to make sure that, you know, I'm grouped up with my teammates. So we're going to come back once again. We're going to mark this guy up. Light attack, surprise attack. Somehow that didn't stun him. I was kind of surprised. That one does. We go for the spectral bow. He dodges it. He drops down off here. I go to hit him with the execute. I see a few more people, so I just shadow image back up. They end up killing the DK, so now we're just going to group up. We're going to push out once again. Really fun fight. Like, this is only part of the clip. Like, we fought in here for another hour. You know, we died, they died. You know, it's just, you know, it was just like a rugby scrum. We were just coming back for more. It was a lot of fun. So Woozle pops up, or Smithy does the call out. Is everyone ready? He's got his vulnerability ult. I got my DB. We're just kind of seeing if we can pull him up around this corner. They're not taking the bait, so we're going to drop the vulnerability ult here at the bottom of the stairs. I take a really nasty stun, going to pop a vigor, come downstairs right here. You can see the vulnerability ult come out. I go to drop my DB right here, DB with the leap. We get a couple quick kills there. We're going to back up once again. We're going to get another quick kill here, another quick kill with a blast bone. So we killed 4 guys there on the stairs in the dump, on the ulti dump. That was a nice little fight. And you see we still got 4 people here with a random yellow. We got a vulnerability, or we got a vampire ultimate coming in, so I know I can't cloak. I hit that guy with a light attack, surprise attack, but I gotta back away from the bats. I don't know how hard they're gonna hit me for. I don't want to get shredded here, so I'm just gonna shadow image back there just to stay away. We're gonna focus that guy with my buddies, make sure he's dead. He comes out of his vulnerability ult, and he's a vampire, and he takes a 14k DB. He's dead. And yeah, at this point we're gonna push back out on the flag again. We're gonna attempt to get this tick here. So I take a bunch of pressure here from Grotdar and a Magplar. So we're just going to back up once again. Hit this guy with Mark. He's by himself. So I go to buff up once again. Light attack, surprise attack, blast bones. He takes the execute. We got a Magplar pushing in right here. Just going to push out. I see the sniper. I go for the sniper kill. I hit him with a DB and I get CC'd just as it happens. I'm taking too much damage. I can't stay on top of the kill. So I have to back up once again. We got 1 red in the back. He's not doing anything. So we're just going to ignore him. We're going to focus on the people in the front of the room. We got an ad coming in. De-aggro him really quickly. And yeah, like I said, sewers are fun. Sewers are a lot of fun, especially when it's functioning like this. So we're going to just keep buffed up. And see, we got Smithy coming around this corner. We got yellows and reds fighting over here. We're going to focus this guy really quickly. We're going to move out of the way of the Celine proc. He's taking a ton of damage in this corner. We get the execute with the talons and Blap's whip. He dies. Now we're just going to line of sight around here around the corner, see if we can focus somebody. Hit this guy with the DB. Light attack, surprise attack. He's at half health, going for the kill. I tried to finish that, but I was at lower health, and there's a Grotdar proc, and I just wanted to back away from that just a little bit. We're going to keep our shadow image down once again, keep our heals up. We're going to go to focus this guy, light attack, surprise attack. He's doing a really good job staying alive here. Very tanky. He takes a leap from reds. I think he died. I can't tell if he died there or not, so we're just going to back up once again. I think that was his death. And we're just going to push in here. Now, because we have reds and yellows, you know, yellows are coming from our left where I'm standing right now. Reds are spawning directly in front of us across the way of the tower. We don't want to push out and push reds, and all of a sudden a pile of yellows comes in and focuses us. So I'm going to be very tentative here. You're going to see it's going to almost look spastic of me just constantly, like, I'm fighting somebody and then I'm just going to quick do a camera swivel just to see who's in the area, make sure we're not going to get ulti dumped, make sure we're not going to get focused by anybody else, and then I'm going to go back to doing damage. This guy was very tanky, and he kept trying to get up behind us, and so we wanted to make sure that that wasn't going to happen. This guy's taking a ton of damage as well. I go for the execute. He dodge rolls out of talons. I go to hit a few more executes, and his dark deals are coming in. Once again, we have Stamden coming in from behind us, and yeah, we're just trying to make sure we're not going to get sandwiched here in the tower. So you see we're trying to fight a few yellows. We got reds coming in, so we're just going to back up to the top of the stairs. You see the warden come in with the Donnie sub assault. They hit the reds. They don't hit us because, you know, we managed to back up out of it. They killed a red right there. It's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you want to make sure that you use this movement. You have your back to a wall. You don't have spawn points coming in behind you. So you see the yellows are pushing out. Now they're willingly getting sandwiched here. You know, we're still behind them. They're pushing reds. And so I'm just going to drop my shadow image right here. We're going to push out. We're going to see if we can ulti dump a pile here. This guy takes a ton of damage. I decided I wanted to kind of stay on it, but I started taking damage from reds in the back, so I had to back up once again. I am on a squishier build. I'm taking a ton of damage, so I'm just gonna play it safe. And we got the DK up here. We're gonna lock him in. Blap's gonna lock him in talons. He's gonna fossilize him off cooldown. He's gonna take a ton of damage here, and he drops down. Like I said, he was very tanky. He did a very good job surviving. I changed targets because we have a sniper here. He's standing in front of us, and he dies really quickly. So at this point, he's going to try and kite up top here. He's going to take a fossilize, be out of resources, and he's going to get piled on by the three of us, so he's dead. Go to hit that guy. He backs up, so not worth, you know, chasing around. We see a few guys here. We see a sniper. Hit him with a DB. He takes a bunch of damage right here. Light attack, surprise attack, couple executes. He dies. And at this point, now we're going to try and push back on the flag once again. It's been hectic, you know. It's been very fun. Like I said, this is a lot of fun. Win or lose, these fights were a lot of fun. This guy's wearing reactive, so we're just gonna keep peppering him. Typically, you know, people wearing reactive are support builds. We want to make sure you take those out right away. We get that kill. You see we got two to the left. We got a big group of yellows to the right fighting another group of reds. We're going to keep an eye on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kite off the flag a little bit, just a little bit away from my teammates so we don't get bombed as well. You never know when you're going to get bombed or sniped or anything. So just kind of keeping an eye on everything. Smithy's over there fighting a couple reds. We're trying to get this flag bursted. So I'm just going to drop a shadow image right here. We're going to go focus these guys. And so hit this guy with a ton of damage, go for a couple executes. He dodge rolls a few times, gets a couple heals. I hit him with a DB, he dies. We got a blast bones on this guy, so we're just gonna hit him with a light attack, surprise attack, stun, a couple more stuns. He dodges the spectral bow. You see the resto come in. I get hit with the resto. I know those yellows are still behind us, so I didn't want to have my back turned to that pile of yellow while I was fighting the red. Just a tentative, you know, make sure I don't get absolutely shit on while I think I have a 1v1. That red pushes into all those yellows there. We're gonna buff up. We're gonna make sure we have all of our buffs, make sure our teammates are ready. This guy's by himself, so I go for a heavy attack. Buddy drops a vulnerability ult right here in the pile. I hit a DB. He's still in the healing ult. He dies anyways. We're just gonna dodge roll down here. Trying to figure out who we're going to focus. Take a really nasty leap, take a nasty crescent, get locked in talons. So we're just going to heal up. We're going to go back to our ladder, or to our stairs, make sure we're not getting focused here. I'm just going to kite this guy's sub-assault, make sure he can't hit me with the D-swing and the sub-assault at the same time. D-swing's going to land, sub-assault always doesn't, you know, especially if you can line of sight through them like that. We're going to come back up, hit this guy with a bunch of damage. He takes some damage right there. He dies. We've got a permafrost coming in. I was going to push down the stairs, but he was pushing down the stairs, so I just backed up away from it, popped my vigors, went back down through it to regroup, dropped a shadow image at the top of the stairs once again, so I have a retreat. Went to ulti dump right here. You see they dropped a healing ultimate, so I backed off down the stairs just to get away from it. You know, they're going to be able to basically go full offensive on us, and we're not going to be able to kill them unless we perfectly time a vulnerability ult. So we backed up, regrouped, and pushed to the top of the stairs once again. And you see we got a few yellows, or a few reds on the flag fighting a few yellows off to the side. There's the vulnerability ult. I dropped the worst Dawnbreaker in the history of Dawnbreakers. This guy takes a ton of damage, but he's got Earthcore going off. He dodge rolls, and you know, he's a Templar with rapid regen. Definitely a support build. End up not getting the kill there. We're getting focused by a few other people, so change my target once again. Go back to trying to take out the healer, but he dodge rolls out of there once again. He's back on the flag, and we're just trying to see who's taking some damage. You know, with a bunch of the off heals, with a bunch of these proc sets going off, you just want to see who you can burst and who you can't. And so sometimes you can take somebody out really quickly through the healing, and sometimes you just have to focus the tankier individuals. He gets another Earthcore here. We're really trying to focus him, really trying to take him out. He takes a stun. Decided to back up because, once again, you see all these yellows and reds. I don't want to get sandwiched right there with my back turned. So kind of keep my head on a swivel a little bit. This guy's piled on here. I hit him with a DB. Go for a couple surprise attacks. Catch him off balance. Another Earthcore goes off. So every time we've gotten close, the Earthcore is procced. Now we got reds pushing in on us, so we're just going to back up once again, keep our vigors up. Going to go back to our stairs, make sure we have them, make sure we have our line of sight. We don't want to get pinched on both sides by a yellow and a red. This guy pops his healing ult. We're going to kill him in his healing ult anyways. He's dead. And at this point, you know, we're just kind of picking our targets, trying to see who we can focus. We got a few reds coming up top here. And yeah, we're just trying to see who we can focus. But I would go to hit him with talents, hit him with a DB. He gets stunned. He gets hit with a blast bones here once again. We get a kill there. And now we're going to push back onto the flag, and you see we got a bunch of yellows. Like I said, this fight was crazy. It was so much fun. I think this fight went on for at least... This fight in Temple, I feel like, went on for at least an hour. And I only captured, what, 18 minutes of it here. So yeah, really fun fights on all sides. We had a lot of fun with it. This guy's lining up some heavy attacks. He moved away from the yellows a little bit too much, so we're just gonna hit him with a couple executes. We get the kill there. I'm gonna back up to this flag once again, and you see we got a pile out there. Smithy pushes in. He's getting full health radianted. Can't have that, so we got the leap, we got a DB, we get a kill there. And I go to take these guys out, and I go to Vigor dodge roll, take a really nasty fossilize with the DB, and I get hit with a Radiant, and I die. So, once again, really good fights, like I said, on all sides. Had a lot of fun in the sewers. We're going to have more fun sewer action. This is pre-Midyear Mayhem, and there's, I think this is the third day of Midyear Mayhem. There's going to be a lot more fights coming, is what I'm trying to say. So, if you guys like this type of commentary and you want to stay tuned for more, feel free to like and subscribe. The like really helps this channel's algorithm. I really appreciate it if you guys liked the content. If you don't like it, that's fine too. If you guys want to see build information and guides, you know, going over all the classes, I do play every class, and I'm going to try and push out as many builds as possible. Midyear Mayhem's kind of interrupting that right now, but I will go back to doing that. I do also stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so if you want to come in there and ask a question, you know, if all of a sudden you have a question about a set or whatever, if I don't answer it, somebody else in the chat will. I also have a Discord, which I'll provide a link in the description. Also, we have over 1,000 people there, different channels, discussing theory crafting for different builds, talking about gear sets, talking about, you know, what we're running, you know, all sorts of fun stuff. So if you guys want to be part of any of that, feel free to click any of it. If not, you know, no big deal. I'll catch you in the next video. If you guys have any questions or comments, please provide it in the section below. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.